looking for the green flag in the Mohegan Sun 100. It's Silk and Bonsignore to bring them to green.
Silk will nose the lead just to the end of the straightaway, but here comes Bonsignore with a bold move down on the inside in the first turn.
Bonsignore powers up ahead. He's the defending race winner of this event a year ago, had a lot of strength early on and drove away from the field. But right now he's a car length ahead of Ron Silk, who rides in his tire tracks to the outside. The young driver Jake Johnson driving Old Blue, winner at Mckennedy Speedway for his first career win just a couple of weeks ago, challenging to the bottom.
And speaking of a challenge, here comes Silk with a run back to the front, down on the inside of Bonsignore. He'll try to make the pass down into turn one.
Now, it's a little different than the stock car style draft you might see at Daytona, Talladega, or Atlanta, but these modifieds make such a big hole in the air that the draft is on all day long as Bonsignore goes back to the point. You see Doug Coby in the 7 New York running a Bugsy Stevens tribute scheme, and there's smoke coming out of the 7 New York of Coby as he goes through turns 1 and 2. It started billowing off the end of the front straightaway, and that car is smoking heavily. Kyle Bonsignore, he was making moves early on, and he was trying to hang on to that draft among the lead cars, but he has since slid back a little bit. The 7 New York of Doug Coby continues to smoke out the right side.
No doubt a lot of discussion going on between the crew and Coby as to what that issue may be, keeping an eye on the gauges as they race down into turn one. And we've got the caution flag.
Caution is out. There's a car stopped along the back straightaway. It's Mike Marshall who has made contact with the outside safer barrier here about 3/4 of the way down the back straightaway.
Green flag back in the air, and they're side by side across the stripe and down into turn one.
Silk sweeping up in front, using that bottom lane of the racetrack. But how about the young Austin Beers out of Northampton, Pennsylvania? Just does not have the launch off turn number 2. He'll give up third, and here comes Bonsignore with another bid for the lead.
Yeah, that outside line is the way to go, particularly coming out of the turn and firing down the straightaway. And that evident again by Bonsignore, able to sweep underneath and make the pass as they head down the front stretch.
Austin Beers rather, falling back on the inside of the track. That moves Trevor Catalano in the 56 car inside the top 4, but now they're 3 wide for a moment, getting through turns 1 and 2. They sort it out. You see some good action here. There's Matt Swanson in the number 89 car, back up front. Silk able to get back ahead of Justin Bonsignore as they make their way down the back straightaway. Bonsignore will cross him up again midway down the back straightaway and try to jump that out in front. 6 cars in that lead draft, has now got about 20 car lengths back to the 7th place machine. He appears to be off the pace as he rolls down into turn number 1, and Jake Johnson, he's not off the pace. He takes the race lead, so lots happening here as Johnson goes to the point. Bonsignore rallies back to the inside of the back straightaway, and Ryan Preece off the pace.
Yeah, Johnson, knowing what he had, made that move on Bonsignore. That's a tough one. Again, he had some speed yesterday in practice and had led those guys that had to start in the back, the way he had moved his way up almost to the lead draft, but now heading to pit road for a problem on that number 40.
So 41 laps in, Ryan Preece on pit road, and the caution flag now out. 1 car slow on the front straightaway. It's Gary McDonald, and his car limping across the line, continues to roll on. Justin Bonsignore comes across the line in the 51 car. Green flag flies from New Hampshire, and they are dead even across the line. Eric Goodale keeping pace with Justin Bonsignore into turn number 1, pushes him up the racetrack. Goodale to the race lead for the first time today. Now Silk to the inside of Justin Bonsignore on the back straightaway.
Yeah, Goodale using a lot of the racetrack down into turn 1, and that forced Bonsignore to get out of the throttle, but he's able to maintain 2nd place even with all those guys charging up behind him.
17-year-old Luke Baldwin in the 38 machine takes sole possession of 3rd. Ron Silk and John Mckennedy backpedaling on the inside lane of the racetrack. To the outside comes everybody else, including Trevor Catalano, Tommy Catalano in the mix as well, as that bottom lane moving backward.
Yeah, they're looking for a place to get back up into the draft if they can. We've got those cars down on the inside trying to work their way back up there.
How about Chase Dowling in the 44 car? We have not talked about him at all today. His first run driving the Tineo number 44 has just moved into 5th.
Here's a move by Bonsignore as he takes a peek to the inside down into turn 1. He's able to make the pass. Goodale tries to set him up to get back around him, and the caution flag is out.
Caution is out for the third time today here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Got stuck deeper in the pack by their pit strategy on pit road. Another look at it here as they go down into the turn. Johnson went up the racetrack. They got 3 wide for a moment, and then he and Mckennedy came together as they ran out of room, and that was a vicious hit for the 79 of John Mckennedy.
They're shuffling all over the place, heading down into turn 1. 3 wide there for a moment as they race through the first and second turn, but Goodale trying to get away.
He's got a car length in hand over Justin Bonsignore as they hit the back straightaway. Tommy Catalano now in the 3rd spot. Luke Baldwin in the mix. Here's Bonsignore again to take over the race lead in turn 3. Side by side behind them for 4th as Chase Dowling, and we've got trouble. 1 car up in the air through the safer barrier to the high lane of the racetrack. Ron Silk also involved. I believe it's a Craig Lutz 46 that got up in the air through turns 3 and 4. Sees a green flag. This time Eric Goodale decides to take the outside lane. He's got a good jump on the field in turn 1.
And he leads them all down into turn 1. We'll see how that outside lane does. Bonsignore trying to scrape his way back on the inside, and that number 51 gets a good launch out of turn number 2, but it's the outside line that'll lead him down into turn 3.
Tommy Catalano in that 54 car pushes Eric Goodale to the lead, and he said, I don't need to give Justin Bonsignore any drafting help. I'm going with the 58, and he now rides in 2nd.
Yeah, he's able to pick up that spot, but Bonsignore right there on the back bumper.
That car, one of the quickest on track, as is Justin Bonsignore. He wants to retake the lead and does in turn 3. Catalano could not quite get underneath Eric Goodale. He'll settle back in line as they come to the main straightaway.
Yeah, Goodale a little bit on defense that time, able to maintain the 2nd spot, and follows Bonsignore down into turn 1. And not close enough to challenge for the lead as they head off turn 2 and down the backstretch.
Battle is on for the 4th spot, moving into the inside lane. This is Chase Dowling. Dowling in the 44 this time for the Tinio family. Moves into 4th, his first start of the year, but Dowling several years ago won the Musket 250, a special event that was held here in the fall of 2018. Went out and won that for his first and only wheel and modified tour victory. And he's done it before. Now he's trying to win again for the Tinio family, who with Bobby Santos has won many, many races. Trouble in turn 1 for Andy Seiss. Hard hit for him off the end of the front straightaway.
Head back into the infield, courtesy of the ambulance, as we watch the replay and see exactly what happened.
Let's see what happens. A little bit deeper in the pack. You see Seiss in the black number 70, and boy, he got hit on the straightaway. And boy, he is he's looking for somebody.
Yeah, he's not happy with somebody.
Let's see here.
They race down the front stretch under the green flag. Bonsignore will lead him down into turn 1, and on that outside, here comes Chase Dowling in the 44.
Dowling trying to push Justin Bonsignore out front to take the 2nd spot, and he does off turn number 2. So Dowling up to 2nd. Then all of a sudden Luke Baldwin is losing ground. He got shuffled out of line to the inside. He'll get drafting help from behind. That pushes him forward down into turn 3 and back into 5th. Into turn 1, Eric Goodale looks to the inside, and there's contact. Goodale goes up the hill. Luke Baldwin is in it. Somehow Chase Dowling able to keep that car pointed in the right direction, and the caution flag is out while battling for the 2nd spot.
There is the green flag, and there goes that inside row. It is the 51 of Bonsignore taking Emmerling with him down into turn 1.
Patrick Emmerling may be the best drafting partner in the field as he pushes Justin Bonsignore to the race lead, but Kyle Bonsignore in the 22 goes to the outside groove. He'll challenge for 2nd on the back straightaway as Emmerling gives a big shot into turn 1. The Catalanos tied up in turns 1 and 2, and that'll bring out the caution flag as they hit the back straightaway. Let's take another look at what happened. The Catalanos, the 2 red cars in the bottom. Tommy Catalano got sideways, hit the back of his brother's car who got sideways, and then they both came together.
Side by side down into turn number 1. Bonsignore by a length will lead him through the 1st and 2nd turn and down the backstretch.
Kyle Bonsignore with a much better start that time will remain 2nd. Gets the draft again from Patrick Emmerling. Sideways off the end of the back straightaway is a bit of contact. Bonsignore ropes it back in, and then Justin able to open up the 2-car length advantage.
Yeah, Kyle got a pretty good shot from Emmerling, who was pushing him down the backstretch, but able to keep it straight. And they race across the stripe. Again, Bonsignore 1 and 2. And again, they race together, but they're not closing in trouble. That's Anthony Nocella up against the wall in the number 17. That's going to bring out a caution flag.
Through the restart zone, they're off and running as the green flag is out.
Now, with each of them a dancing partner with them, Goodale on the inside and Emmerling on the outside, right behind the Bonsignores as they race through the first and second turn. Advantage to to Justin Bonsignore.
Justin Bonsignore to the lead, midway down the back straightaway. It's Kyle Bonsignore and Patrick Emmerling. Now everybody closed up. That gap that they had built up before the caution has disappeared. The top 3 single file off turn 4. 2 laps to go at the line.
Across the stripe, it is Justin Bonsignore trying to repeat here in 2024. Has been leading a lot of this race today. And right now, with just now less than 2 laps to go, he'll take him down the backstretch.
Outside lane, Eric Goodale backpedaling as he is now losing position outside the top 5. Into turn 3, they'll see the white flag this time by Justin Bonsignore in command. Kyle rides second. Third, you've got the Emmerling number 1 and Chase Dowling in 4th. White flag is out in New Hampshire.
Last chance to make a move, and one of those doing that is the 44 of Dowling as he dives to the inside trying to get to the 3rd spot.
One more opportunity. Can Kyle Bonsignore set up Justin? Justin is away with a 3-car length advantage down the back straightaway for the final time.
Yeah, since that last restart, he's been able to drive away, and he's in a comfortable spot right now as they race through 3 and 4.
Off turn number 4, Justin Bonsignore looking for the checkered flag for the 2nd year in a row. Justin Bonsignore wins in New Hampshire.